and we always go for realism. And here at the screening of Charge at Feather River, just as 53 years ago, Bob Burns got an arrow shot in his chest. It flew right off the screen, scared everybody around him. His date for the evening, Kathy, screamed, but it seems Bob is all right and he's going to get through this. And I have a hunch that Bob and Kathy are probably going to get married and be together at least 50 plus years. So this was quite an event, and we always strive for realism, and tonight we didn't have 3D, we had 4D.
You know, these 3D movies, people forget how realistic they are. I mean, totally realistic. And this particular movie, Charge of Feather River, has arrows and stuff, and they really come at you. I can prove it. See this arrow? That landed right here when they shot those arrows off. Now, how realistic do you have to get in movies for that? Now, if that doesn't make somebody want to see a 3D movie, well, maybe not exactly, but they should do it, because it's great experience. Like, woo, woo, see the movie. Now, what caused all this folderol with the arrow bit was I was going with Kathy, and it was our very first date. Went to Bob's Big Boy 8, and then I said, have you ever seen a 3D movie? She goes, no, I've never seen one. And I'd seen it already. I love the film. I love 3D. So I took her, and we were watching it. And then, of course, at the very end of the film, there's this Indian attack. And the arrows and spears are flying, and they're extremely realistic because they just go right by the window and work. It looks like it's flying right by your head. Honestly, looks like it. So at that point where they're really flying, the second attack, because I let everybody see the first one get kind of, okay, wow, those things are flying. Second attack, I suddenly do this. Ah! Like that, and rear up over my seat, and then slowly but surely come down. Well, there was a lady right behind me who all she saw was this. And she almost had a coronary. I mean, she almost had a heart attack. Oh, yeah. And the people around, for some reason, threw their glasses off. Just threw them in the air. They thought it would stop the 3D effect, I guess. I don't know, stop the things from coming out. Well, at that point, people started running up and down the aisles. It just turned into a nightmare. And they stopped the film and finally turned the lights on. Now, by now, I've got the arrow, and I've got it hidden away in my coat. And we're sitting, Kathy says, I think maybe we better leave, you know. So we got up and walked out, and people are running all over, and we get out in the lobby. This is the Paramount Hollywood Theater, and there's the police out there talking to either the manager or somebody, and they said, what happened? They said, people saw a guy get shot with an arrow. Actually got shot. And we're in there trying to find him. We can't find him. And people are panicked out. They're afraid more arrows will come in that. They don't know where it came from, but it was in a scene where these arrows are coming out of the screen, and this guy actually got shot. We can't find him. And I said, hey, man, I hope you find him. And then off we went. And I thought that could have been our first and very last date. Now, you can fill in what happened.
And I said to myself, no, this guy's got imagination and a sense of humor, and that's what you need in life. I grabbed him right then and there. That was it.
Now, that was 50 years ago. And we reenacted it now.
So we reenacted our first date.
And you know that arrow still hurt? But it was wonderful.
We wanted to bring them back and have them all enjoy the 3D experience. And
3D films are the most entertaining films in the world, I do believe, to me anyway.
Charge of Feather River was such a beautiful print.
Wonderful
film.
It
was so beautiful.
And a good film.
Great 3D in it.
Yeah, really great. And it's wonderful. So I hope we see number 3 festival. I'm ready for it, and I might even find another arrow or something, or maybe I'll find something else. There's other films that have some cool stuff in them too. I might come up with something else, but that's the story, and here we are 50 years later still talking about it. Seems a little odd, but oh well. When you don't have much of a life, what can you do? Yeah.
I'm glad you were inspired by the arrows and not the tobacco juice.
Oh yes, with the snake.
You just gave me the idea for next year.